Hi everyone, it's Cooker and Jessica, and we wanted to put out a video today just to kind of give you an introductory on us and backpacking and where this all started for us, and then give you an idea of what we're going to be taking with us. Not too much detail, but just a little bit of what's going on. So thank you first of all for being here and following us. There's a lot of people that we're really close to that we're happy are able to see us, and we love you guys. So hi Shelly, you're getting married soon. Anyways, oh, this is tough. This is real tough. Okay, I really wanted to be all in and know exactly what I was going to say, and this is hard. So anyways, I wanted to talk about what started for us with backpacking and just how this all began. Tony and I, Cooker, have been together for 16 years, and I backpacked a few times beforehand. And when we got together, I pulled an old 6-pound Kelty out and some MSR stuff and was like, hey, what do you think about this? Would you like to go with me? And yeah, we went out once and he was hooked. So this has been a long time in the making for us to get out and actually do this. And we went to school, we got careers, and we decided that we wanted to put some things on hold and take a different direction. And part of that, after our pets passed away last year, was that we're ready to go. We're ready to thru-hike. So we're going to do a flip-flop, and I will let Cooker talk about that a little bit more. It's not normally what people do, but there are some of us who decide to do it this way. I mentioned Shelly earlier. She's getting married tomorrow. We're super stoked for her. And that's part of it because we're starting a little bit late in the season. So anyways, you're up.
Hey everybody, like Jessica said, this is 100% her fault. She introduced me to backpacking, and I don't think I've turned back since. Like she said, we have a few time restraints with this particular thru hike, so we are going to be starting off in just a few weeks here, much later than what normally people would start a Thru-Hike of the Appalachian Trail if they're heading northbound. Usually people start in March or April, and we're going to be starting considerable amount of time after that. However, the good thing is that we're starting in the middle. Like she mentioned, we're going to be doing a flip-flop, so we're starting in Harper's Ferry. That gives us an extra bit of time on the northern half of the trail. We'll be about a month ahead of the normal bubble of hikers that travel north. And that'll give us a little extra time to get our trail legs and get up to the northern terminus of the trail, which is Mount Katahdin in Maine. So once we get up there, we're either going to flip back down to Harper's Ferry and head southbound on the trail until we reach the southern terminus at Springer Mountain in Georgia, or we will go ahead and travel all the way down to the southern terminus and travel back northbound on the trail until we reach Harper's Ferry again for the end of our thru hike. Roughly, we're estimating this will take 5 months. If it takes longer, we're prepared for that. Obviously, with last year's pandemic and other things happening this year, even with rental cars, we're having a problem with that. There's going to be some different things that probably present themselves, different issues that we're going to have to work through. So that's the overall view of what we're going to be doing. There's a lot of questions that get asked to us, like what are we going to eat? How are we going to resupply? Are we going to carry bear spray? What about bears? What if we get attacked by bears? What if bears attack us in the night? Apparently a lot of people are afraid of bears. So we'll go ahead and talk a little bit about that. As far as food resupplies, I'll turn it over to Jessica, and she can talk about how we're going to get into town.
So yeah, every 3 to 5 days, sometimes it may be a little more, sometimes a little less. When we come up on a town or we're close to a town, we will either get a shuttle or more than likely we will hitchhike. The trail towns around the Appalachian Trail are very used to this. Some people kind of freak out about that a little bit as well, but that's a pretty normal thing for the AT. There are a lot of wonderful people out there that want to give hikers a ride into town. So we will be getting a ride into town. We will go to Walmart. Sometimes it'll be a gas station that is catering to thru hikers. Sometimes it will be a hostel, and we will get the things that we need, food-wise, maybe fuel-wise, and then we will head back out on the trail. So something, like I said, that we'll have to do every 3 to 5 days.
So that does mean that every 3 to 5 days we will be making sure that we shower, at least. Sometimes, things get a little stinky on the trail. We'll be doing our laundry, and like Jessica said, we'll be heading back out on the trail, either hitchhiking or taking another shuttle. Now, on the trail itself, we'll be hiking about 15 to 20 miles a day once we get our trail legs underneath us, and that's average for the, par for the course as far as it goes for thru hikers. And we'll be seeing a lot of different things along the northern part of the trail too that most people don't get to experience until the later half of their thru hike. There's a lot of Civil War sites, a lot of history. We'll be going by a train station that's right on the Appalachian Trail you can go into New York City. The trail actually goes through a zoo in New York where we'll be able to actually see bears. And speaking of bears, they're mostly black bears along the East Coast, or they're all black bears along the East Coast. And they're not really an issue. We do have some problem bears here and there around shelters where people are a little lax with their leave no trace. They cook food, they drop food, they burn trash, things like that. It's usually not thru hikers. It's usually weekend hikers or people like, coming out on small trips that don't necessarily have the full respect that most people do who are thru hiking for the trail system. But we're not carrying bear spray. We will be hanging our food as far as the PCT method, which is a method to hang your food with a food bag about 15 to 20 feet in the air. So if you want to learn more about that, you can look that up. But yeah, we're not too concerned about bears. We are concerned about ticks. Ticks are really bad on the East Coast, especially in the northern part of the East Coast. They do carry Lyme disease, some other diseases that you can get that are pretty terrible. So we have treated our clothing. We will be doing tick checks throughout the day. We will be making sure that we keep an eye on each other as far as that's concerned. But yeah, that's our number one concern is ticks. The second concern we'll be starting in Pennsylvania is rattlesnakes. There are a lot of rattlesnakes in Pennsylvania because Pennsylvania is very rocky. They actually call it Rocksylvania on the trail or Painsylvania because of the amount of effort it puts on your feet. And most people get pretty hurt in that section. We'll be starting off there with fresh legs, fresh shoes, fresh feet, so hopefully that's not a problem. So as far as gear is concerned, we will be carrying or wearing some Olympus 4 Ultras. I'm only going to go through a few things like this because I don't really think there's a lot of people that are interested in this aspect of things. We're making these videos primarily for our family and friends. Our family and friends so that they can get a feel for what's going on out there. But yeah, so these are the shoes we'll be wearing. Our packs are both ULA. That's ULAequipment.com. Packs, they're circuits. So quite large. I don't know the cubic inches on these, but the main thing that we want to make sure that we let people know is that I'll be carrying around 22 pounds with a liter of water and 4 days of food, and Jessica will be carrying about 19 pounds with 4 days of food and 1 liter of water. The pack, they fit very well. We made sure that we sized ourselves correctly, so they should be pretty supportive even if we have to pick up more food. The only other gear that I want to mention is that we're going to be carrying a Z-Pax Triplex tent. It is a DCF material, Dyneema Cuban fiber or something along those lines that used to be called Cuban fiber. But it only weighs 28 ounces. It sets up with trekking poles. It is large enough for the two of us and all of our gear and to be able to spread out on a rainy day, cook under the vestibules if we need to, And a lot of you saw that at our going away party, and you know how big it is. But yeah, so I'll turn it over to Jessica again to close us up.
Again, we're really excited that you're watching with us. We can't wait for this adventure. We're excited to share it with you, and we hope that it's also somewhat entertaining at times, and we'll see what happens. So stay tuned.
See you on the trail.